Lisa? No, I think. No, yes, I believe. And we are, in fact, live. Hey, everybody. Welcome to early morning Friday streams. Got Lisa here, like last week. She's playing a game she's never played before. This week, she's going to be trying Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island.
The only reason we're doing this at 9:29 is because I'm sick.
Yes. So usually this will actually be earlier, but he's just feeling a little bit under the weather, so postponed it slightly. But still, it's early morning streams.
Probably I'm gonna be better now, like a little better. That's a little later, because if I did this at 8 or 7 o'clock in the morning, I think I wouldn't be feeling too good.
So Lisa, how much do you know about Yoshi's Island?
Well, Baby Mario shows up, I'm pretty sure. And there's Yoshi.
And there's Yoshi. Okay, that's all you really need to know. Lisa will be attempting this game for the first time.
There's a penguin guy on the moon.
That is true. It's Raphael Raven. You've seen that?
It's a penguin.
It's a penguin. I have a portrait of that in my room that Bailey drew. So
Bailey's the best artist. Wow!
So Lisa's playing this on a PlayStation 3 aftermarket controller.
I have none of the... I don't know any of the controls.
So we'll have to see how that goes. I'm not entirely sure.
This feels so weird. The X looks so different.
It's a really like sort of cheap feeling controller, like strangely brittle, but it should work. Let's just get right into the game though. Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. A classic game that went severely underappreciated until recently.
So how do I start?
Do you need a tutorial?
I don't know any of this. I've never played this before.
Okay, you're at the title screen. What would be your first assumption of what you should do next?
Start?
Try that.
I did it.
Very good. You're learning quick.
Okay. Guess file 1.
Sure. So,
yeah.
So this is the story. Baby Mario falls from the sky and a bunch of Yoshis find him. It's your job to, well, let's read it. This paradise is Yoshi's Island, where all the Yoshis live.
Okay.
Hit the button.
I pressed X.
What?
I pressed X.
It's A. Or O in this case. They are all in an uproar over the baby that fell from the sky.
I wish I could be Pink Yoshi.
I think you get to be.
Really?
Yeah, you'll see. But each level has a different color of Yoshi.
Oh. I didn't know that. I'm silly. Okay. Roll from the sky. Green Yoshi.
Wait, the baby seems to know where he wants to go. The bond between the twins informs each of them where the other one is.
Wait, what? Luigi and Mario are twins?
Yeah, they also have twin telepathy, which isn't something that I picked up on until just now.
I thought that you and Thomas had twin telepathy stuff, except you're not twins, which is weird.
That is weird. It's also completely untrue.
The
Yoshis decide to carry the baby to his destination via a relay system.
Okay.
Now begins a new adventure for the Yoshis and Baby Mario.
Okay. Just gonna keep on saying, okay.
Now Yoshi's Island is a pretty complex game in terms of controls. It really is.
Really?
Perhaps even more so than Mario 64. So I'll have to see how Lisa's able to approach this without EA slapping a tutorial in her face. Okay, the level is started.
Okay. I don't know how.
If Baby Mario falls off Yoshi's back, the countdown timer will begin.
Okay.
When it reaches 0, Kamek's toadies will kidnap Baby Mario.
Oh no.
The more stars you collect, the safer you are. The countdown timer will slowly count back up to 10. Complete a stage by passing Baby Mario to the next Yoshi.
Okay. Okay, so
Okay, you made your first movement. Doing good.
How do I beat up the Shy Guys?
I'll try some stuff.
Okay.
Becoming decent at games is partially about experimentation.
I just jumped on that guy. So.
Yes, you did. What are you trying to do?
See if there's anything inside the block.
Ah.
That's like the same thing as Super Princess Peach.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Hovering jump. By holding B, or in this case, it's whatever the jump button is. X, maybe?
It was X.
You can hover in the air.
Okay.
For a short time, make the extra effort.
Okay. Okay.
See, I didn't need to read any of these tutorials when I was playing this game.
Okay. Michael, I don't know any of this stuff.
I know, but back in my day, Lisa, back in the times of the old people, what you did was you got a game. At least when me and Tom were growing up, we got a game, and most of the time they didn't have a box or a manual with them because it was cheaper that way.
Thomas uses the Pokemon manual.
Does he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Well, at least for me, I'd just throw myself at a game, and it would either I would learn or I would be really bad at the game. And I was never bad at a game ever.
How do I get off of this bouncy
As the stream
thing?
demonstrates constantly. Okay, what do you think you would need to do? First theorize where your destination is.
This block thing.
Okay. Now, which way do you need to go to get there?
This way.
Which way is that? The right, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what input on the controller usually brings you to the right?
A little joystick button thing?
The button that points to the right.
Oh.
So, maybe...
I was using the joystick.
Maybe you could put your jumping command and the movement to the right together.
I know I accidentally used the joystick.
Look at that. We can solve problems if we work together.
Yeah. Whoa. Woo.
And there. Well done. You completed the tutorial level.
Yay.
Okay. What are you trying to do now? What are you trying to do?
I can't move off of it. Oh, there we go.
All right.
Okay.
All right. What? The next greatest challenge is the level select screen.
Okay.
What are games like for you kids? You're on the level.
Okay.
Now what?
Is this the right level?
Yes, that's level 1. That's the only level you can select.
Really?
Yep.
But level 2.
But level 2 is empty. See?
Oh, but I thought I just played level 1.
No, you see, in these good games, tutorial levels don't count as real levels.
Oh.
The tutorial, you get that out of the way, and then you can play the real game.
Oh.
Yeah, pretty incredible, huh?
Okay. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Okay.
Okay. Let's play some games.
Yeah, let's play some games.
So do I press X?
What do you think? Experimentation, you did it. You conquered the level select screen. Make eggs, throw eggs. Alright.
Or else Baby Mario will get kidnapped.
Alright, to make eggs, you get a big mouth, then you press down, and you get an egg.
Oh. How do I get an egg?
Grab any enemy with Y, or in this case it'd be this square.
Square.
The dotted line square thing. Then press down on the D-pad to make an egg. Now try throwing the egg. Press O. Could be.
Okay. Okay.
All right. There's an egg opportunity.
An egg to. Messed it up. Okay. So let's go.
Well done. You made an egg.
Okay.
You can make a few eggs if you want.
Okay. Wow. I'm gonna eat all of the enemies. I'm gonna eat flour.
You can also throw eggs
I know.
to get that flour, for example.
Okay. I'm just gonna eat this guy real quick. Now I know I am safe. Okay.
Yes. Well done. See, look at that. You get five of those and you get a 1-up. And if you collect every single red coin and you get 30 stars and you collect all 5 flowers.
You're lying to me with that Luigi thing.
No, this is real. If you get all those in all the levels in World 1, you unlock a super level.
Okay. Okay.
That was pretty incredulous.
If any people that are watching, if this is true, tell me.
Let's phone a friend.
Tell me.
Let's phone a friend. Tom, come into stream territory briefly.
You're only allowed for 5 seconds, so make it quick.
Keep on going. Is it true, Tom, that if you collect all 30 of your stars and you get 5 flowers,
okay,
and you get all the red coins in each level of World 1, you get a bonus level?
He's getting kidnapped.
I believe so.
That wasn't any help at all.
Oh.
Help! I don't know where I am. Help me. Throwing eggs. I know.
Cool stuff will happen. Oh.
You got kidnapped.
Narg? What do you think of Yoshi's Island so far, Lisa?
Meh.
Meh?
Meh.
You just met one of the greatest games of all time. Do I need to do a demonstration? This is where I fail epically in some ridiculous way.
So if you just stay.
I opted for a PS3 controller for this because the other controller I usually use. Yeah, that's what I talk about failing epically.
Yep. So yeah, I'm just
I opted for a PS3 controller because they're very similar to Super Nintendo controllers.
So, Michael,
Yeah.
how's your day been?
How's my day been? This has been my day. I got to watch a disappointing Nintendo Direct thing where Tom cried tears of sadness. That was fun.
Tom is coming to stream territory. We're all bored here.
What? Oh no.
I need.
Are you beginning to see the brilliance behind this game yet, Lisa?
No.
You don't get Yoshi's Island.
I don't get it.
But look at how visually beautiful it is. Look, I was able to jump on that guy.
This is why I recommend.
Look, Pink Yoshi.
I played the next
And look, I got a bonus challenge. There's so much going on in this game. It's so dense. Every frame has so much going on.
This is why I recommended Minecraft this morning.
See, but Minecraft.
He's awesome.
Tom, do you want to come into stream territory real quick and
Get over here.
and agree with me that it's not true?
Thomas played Minecraft this morning. Thomas, no one can hear you. You're not in stream territory.
It's true.
I don't want to be in stream territory.
Nobody can hear you.
Alright, Lisa. I'm giving you this chance now.
What do I have to do? Oh.
I completely agree. There's something... Well, do you want me to read what it says, Lisa?
I'm reading.
Oh, okay.
Look.
Yeah, this game, you see, I didn't appreciate it when I was really young.
Well, it's kind of hard, so I got kind of angry at it. It's kind of hard. I'm not that good at video games.
Yeah, but visually, what do you think of it?
It's pretty good with the graphics, but nothing can beat the graphics of Super Mario World. Nothing.
You think so?
Well, Super Mario World, I really like the graphics of it, and it's my favorite game. It's kind of easy, hard, kind of.
Sure.
Because I like that game a lot. It's kind of fun. It's really fun, actually. I really like Super Mario World. But Yoshi's Island is kind of, because it's really hard. I don't like games which are really hard.
You don't like games that challenge your mind? You can go to the next level.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, looking back at it now, there's a lot of rumors that this was created as a response to Donkey Kong Country being this new 3D polygon-based thing, and then Miyamoto wanted to create something that was, I don't know, sort of the antithesis of that. And if that was the case, then he definitely did a good job. I think both games are have their own unique charms to them, but this one especially, like the background here is just, it's incredible.
And I died. Great.
It has this like it's like a child's storybook,
Try to say it again.
or even like a children's drawing that's been animated into life. It's really great. Even the there's a recent game that's in the Yoshi series, Yoshi's Woolly World, which I picked up. It's
no, I need to get it. No. Okay, I died again.
It takes some of the cues from this as far as the visuals go, but
Stage again. Yes.
even its sequels, even the other Yoshi's Island games, DS and the other one that no one remembers, they were never able to capture something about this one. Maybe it's the limitations of the console almost that bred how nice it looks. If that makes any sense.
No, not again, not again.
Because when they were able to smooth it out, when they were able to smooth everything out on the DS release, it made it look artificial and weird.
Oh gosh. I died by chomp guys.
It's all slightly impressionist, too.
I like Yoshi's.
Like those hills in the background. And
I wish I could have my Yoshi plushie here just for fun. I have my own little Yoshi plushie amiibo, which is pink. I'm gonna go grab that real quick.
Oh, okay. I'll just play this then, I guess.
Just a little bit. Just a little.
This game also really doesn't pull any punches, and I think Lisa... Oh, jeez.
It's hard, man.
I can't believe I made that mistake.
Oh, Thomas is playing a Mario game too.
I got a game over.
And I died like 7 times, Mike. I have my pink Yoshi plushie now, so we're all good.
Oh, okay. And in comparison to, like, you mentioned today's independent platformers, I agree for the most part. I think that there have been some pretty interesting things that have been done with indie platformers. I haven't played it personally, but I really like the aesthetics of Limbo. And there's this weird game that Microsoft announced at E3 like a year or two ago, which was like a 1984 dystopian future platformer game. I don't know what happened with that, but that looked really cool. And of course, Shovel Knight. I mean, Shovel Knight is sort of just ripping off other visuals that are sort of pre-established, but they look nice still. I think that's definitely quite a nice looking game. This has something else going on though entirely. It has something that's entirely its own, but also isn't trying to be the this is the new hit indie. How would they? It's a completely new style of game. You've never quite seen anything like it before.
It's like when
it doesn't need to try and be anything other than the beautiful thing it is. It's not saying, hello, I'm beautiful art, look at me. It is beautiful art, and people look at it and they say, "Wow."
I like the graphics on it. It's just a hard game.
See, that's because you grew up in the generations of
Good Star Wars movies.
good Star Wars movies. Yeah. I guess you did. You weren't even around for
I wasn't even around for the
Revenge of the Sith.
Good thing I wasn't around for Revenge of the Sith. I watched the prequels and I've slept halfway through them. Wait, I thought we were talking about video games.
We were talking about video games. I think you're the one who brought up the Star Wars prequels. Oh, jeez.
Actually, no, you're the one who brought up the prequels. I brought up episode 7.
Ah. Episode 7's a controversial film.
I thought it was pretty good.
I liked it too. But it's definitely a controversial film.
I don't get when people went ahead and said it was as bad as the prequels.
Well, everyone's got their own opinion. And we should respect those opinions.
Yeah.
I think.
We should respect everyone's opinions.
No, some opinions shouldn't be respected. Yes, you respect the right opinions.
And don't respect the wrong opinions?
But respect everybody's right to have an opinion.
Yes.
See, it's a complex thing, Lisa.
It's confusing. Like your puzzles that you showed me.
That's why when you say that Yoshi's Island is too hard. See, I let you say that. Even though I disagree with it completely.
Yo.
Do you want to take over at all?
Yes, I do. Yoshi knows it's you.
Oh, okay. I in reference again to your comment, I'm thinking of there's a new game coming out called Unraveled or something like that. Maybe you've heard about this, but it's like how to describe it? There's like a red character and he's made out of yarn, and it's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen, and it's gonna revolutionize the way we look at things. Or Epic Mickey is probably the best example, where Warren Spector created this game, and what are you doing, Tom? Tom's doing something weird off screen.
Yeah, he's playing Mario 16. Oh, he's trying to do the endless stair glitch, I bet.
You can't do it on his first staircase to my knowledge. Warren Spector comes out with Epic Mickey, and he's like, this is a really new way of looking at things. It's like you're utilizing the paint and the thinner in a really fascinating way, and it's
but I play Epic
the most
Mickey.
incredible, beautiful, artistic thing that we've ever done.
Michael, but I play Epic Mickey. Sometimes.
Sometimes, sure. This is just my opinion that I'm expressing.
Okay.
In my opinion, usually when someone says, "Look at this art I made," it is very artistic.
Like Bailey's.
No. Let me finish my statement, because I'm talking about art in a different way. Look how artistic this is. Look at all the artistic things I did to make it artistic. It usually comes out as very feeling artificial and forced. And with the Epic Mickey stuff, I always got that feeling. Where he was talking about the philosophy of paint and thinner, and how there's creation and destruction in it, and it's all like there's these biblical ramifications and stuff that he's trying to say are in this game. Yoshi's Island isn't trying to do that, because this was made before people wanted to be impressed by games in that way. So the fact that it is so visually stunning, and that the gameplay has so many...
Those guys are also in Super Princess Peach. Those mini guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I haven't played much of that game, so I really don't know.
I've played a lot of it.
Does it share a lot of the graphics with this game?
Kinda, yeah.
Interesting.
It's really fun.
It's a controversial title in the Mario franchise.
It should be a real title. Like, it shouldn't be controversial. It really seems like a real title for Mario.
Yeah.
Since Mario's in it.
Sure. What would you rate it out of 10?
10.
10? 10 out of 10? Okay. Wow.
It's a pretty good game. I can't put the boss stuff. The boss is hard.
The boss is hard?
Yeah.
Alright.
I bet you could beat it. You're the video game master.
Oh, you just want to look at this screen for a while?
I'm like, oh.
There are 2 controller configurations for egg throwing.
Okay. Oh, right.
Would you like to switch? Probably not.
No.
Yes, could not agree more. And that's what it's called, Unravel. What other things have done that? Because that's a good example, but I feel like there's another one that's on the tip of my tongue. I can't really place it. But we don't need that junk. Because usually it's at the expense of gameplay too. And that's something that Yoshi's Island has in spades. Is incredible gameplay.
Yes.
The jump has like a second layer to it. It feels
Michael,
multi-dimensional. Oh yeah, I saw it. It was actually really impressive. I'm forgetting that this is your first time playing this, so some of this stuff goes over my head, but that was actually pretty good.
No.
Okay, you can stick your tongue up. Oh, okay, that works too. But Yoshi can use his tongue in a lot of different directions.
Nope, not again. Nope. I'm trapped. I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna lose.
You can grab him. There we go. Now just wait. Stand still. And you will be able to recharge your,
Oh, gosh. Those guys are coming!
There. Now it goes back up to 10 and you can...
Okay, completely failed there.
There you go. Wonderful. So this game has like a lot of interesting gameplay pieces going on. It's got beautiful art direction. It is really huge for its time. That's something I'm just thinking about now. Because there are these bonus levels that you get if you complete everything. So it's a completionist type game.
I'm annoyed.
And it never got to feeling... Like, this is another thing this game actually does really well, is the completionist aspect.
I can't get down there.
Because I'm thinking about games like New Super Mario Bros. Wii, and
Wait.
all those New Super Mario Bros.
I just
games.
push this down there.
And
I push this down there.
they have this thing where if you collect all the star coins in each level, then you unlock an extra level at the end of the game. For whatever reason, it feels really... Oh no, you oh!
Ow.
Oh, I'm sorry. You okay?
I like you. I love you, Yoshi. Yoshi plushie.
You get to start from the middle though, if you want to try again.
Yes.
But there's something like it's like how to. It's like a slog in the newer Mario games.
It's annoying when it does that. It's like.
Here it feels very natural. It doesn't feel like you're getting
No. Come back, Mario.
shorted on the gameplay.
But baby Mario.
But at the same time, you get all these extra levels if you want it. And maybe that's what the problem is. I feel like in the newer games, I can complete them. Up. You can use your. You can, there you go. You got him. You got him. Okay. Just be careful. They're there. They're waiting. They're. You gave up. As soon as they got him, you gave up and you handed it to me. Okay.
Horrible at this.
Let me take over.
I'm never gonna be able to complete this game or even get to level 4.
That kind of attitude will make it so you can't.
I'm just gonna hug my Yoshi.
You gotta have a little bit of positivity here.
I'm gonna go get one of my stuffed animals.
Oh, okay. So I've been abandoned. I guess I'll talk about the
And bring him back over. I'm back.
little bits of this game.
Yeah.
Now this part's giving me trouble. This game actually has some really interesting speedrunning stuff behind it too that I've been investigating recently. Apparently there's ways to warp in this game, which isn't something I ever knew about. It's like a glitch, but it's still pretty interesting. Maybe we'll...
Wait, we have another person watching now.
Oh, that's cool.
Pretty cool.
Yep.
We have 2 people watching. Yay.
Alright. How do I get up there again? Oh, right. Stuff like this. The rolling rocks and stuff. That's pretty impressive for a 16-bit game. Because it kind of works with some sort of
Michael, I was
physics engine thing
I
going
was
on.
thinking that the because this game was kind of, I was like, those rocks are pretty cool. I thought they wouldn't be able to do that or anything.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking like it was in the background or something, because usually in a 16-bit game that I've ever played, the rocks don't move.
Sure. Well, like that's the first part. Everything about this game feels physical. It feels real, and like you are affecting it. I remember the ghosts. You can jump on some ghost's head, and instead of just like killing them or whatever, but their head has become depressed, and so they get squished. And there's other enemies that sort of have interesting properties that we'll see. But it all makes it feel real, and it's slightly strange for a game of this era, but just another reason why it's amazing. So I've just decided to completely take over at this point.
Yeah.
We'll get to the final boss maybe, or not the final boss, but the boss of this castle, and then you can try again.
We could like switch. We could like switch
Whoa.
every now and then.
That surprised you?
Yes.
Yeah, but so,
okay, we have another person. We have 3 people watching.
does that impress you?
Yes.
Me and Tom bring in crowds like this every day, Lisa.
Really?
Millions of people. Oh, yeah, I think this is actually an example of what I was kind of talking about. So if you, oh maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. But I was thinking that if you jump on them, they get squished and pop. There are some enemies like that though. It's kind of weird. Ah.
That surprised me. I like it.
Well, I guess, yeah, watch how they jump on each other, I guess, is a better example. They sort of get squished down.
Squish, squish.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
That's silly. Baby Mario, no!
That's incredible attention to detail. And it's there just to be there. It doesn't have any ulterior motives.
This is why Nintendo is awesome.
It's not trying to lie to me. And that's something I appreciate about games. I like it when games are being straightforward with me.
I like video games.
Of course, gameplay is always going to be the thing that becomes most important at the end of everything. But little artistic bits like that are nice.
Yeah. Who doesn't like those? I'm serious.
Tom doesn't like them.
Because Thomas is a Christian.
This game, I remember, at least I think I remember, that in the earlier days of the internet, not like super early internet, but before everyone had high speed.
Not everyone has high speed, Michael.
Most people have high speed now. That's a commonality in our
Did it, Michael?
society today. But before that was common. People dissed on this game a ton because of its
one person.
Because of its art direction, and because of Baby Mario being in it, and all the stuff like this. Here's another example of sort of it being like a weird amorphous thing.
If Thomas has done, he gave up on the endless stair glitch. Finally.
Last night we completed a run of Super Mario 64 after only collecting 22 stars. It was the first time I've ever done something like that, and it was
I fell asleep halfway through that.
pretty interesting.
Kind of like the prequels in Star Wars. That was horrible. We're gonna play through this whole entire game, Michael.
We're playing through the whole entire game?
Yes!
See, I don't know if I could stretch out commentary on Yoshi's Island for that long. How many red coins did we end up getting? Oh, we have all the red coins, so all we need is stars. At least we might complete this 100%.
What? The whole entire game?
The whole entire game? No, I haven't even done that myself on my Super Nintendo copy. Still, something else I think about a lot, as far as art direction goes, is, especially for these early games, all that sprite data or whatever, it's all a bunch of little tiles that are completely incomprehensible when taken apart. Because I've tried to make like graphical hacks of games.
Oh, the graphics right here are beautiful.
Yeah, right.
Beautiful.
And there's weirdness to it too. Look at that. It's weird.
Say yes. Okay.
This part was always kind of weird, and I found it hilarious.
Michael.
Oh yeah, I'll take a look at it here. Just I want to 100% this, and I'm afraid I'll get
I agree.
distracted.
I really do agree.
Look at this weirdo. You see this weirdo guy? He's got a giant nose. It's so weird. There's a lot of sprite scaling in this too. That's something I'm just thinking about. Alright. Exactly. Very true.
Very true, and then I just agree.
The mode 7 was was fantastically used in this. I'm thinking like one of my problems with Star Fox, and I know Star Fox is considered a classic by a lot of people, but I think if that game was done with traditional sprite-based graphics, a la Afterburner, and you just use sprite scaling and stuff, you wouldn't have had that problem where the game looks completely horrifyingly ugly today. I mean, Star Fox 64, of course, doesn't have that problem, but the desire to be revolutionary ended up coming at the cost of a game that held up over time. Granted, I'm not sure, and that's another thing that makes Yoshi's Island interesting, I'm not sure that they were thinking about making timeless classics back then. That wasn't something that I think was on a lot of people's minds in the game industry, maybe. And then, ironically, there's so many timeless classics. But, gotta get that red coin. Oh, this is tricky. Okay, cool.
Thomas is trying to act all cool by playing Mario 64.
Mario 64 is cool as well.
I mean, Thomas is trying to be all like, I'm gonna do my own thing, video game thing, so I can act all cool and stuff.
Okay.
And pretend to be cool. Because all Thomas wants to do is play a cool game so he can pretend to be cool.
Oh, okay. You know, you could play a cool game right now. You got one of the coolest games. Right here.
I just went to grab a water bottle.
Oh, okay. So I'll play this level, and then you can maybe try and take over.
Oh, Yoshi.
Oh, you didn't even end up playing the boss. I guess I did. I guess I decided that I wanted to 100% it, because that'd make me feel good.
Michael did it.
This game uses Mode 7, and the only thing that's weird, actually talking about 3D, and I really do like their use of the falling blocks there, the falling walls, because it's a really nice effect.
Falling walls look really cool.
And it sort of surprises first-time players, I think. It even surprised me slightly, and I knew it was coming.
Surprised me. And I get scared easily.
I'm thinking, though, like, the opening is strangely uses a lot of 3D that doesn't get used again, to my knowledge. The rest of the game has this beautiful hand-drawn aesthetic, and then the opening has weird 3D Luigi. Not Luigi, Yoshi. Which just doesn't look right. Let me guess. Oh, no. One off.
That's sad. That is so sad.
It's like Donkey Kong Country is something that, I mean, they definitely, when it came to that game, they had their angle was to impress people with the new revolutionary 3D polygonal graphics.
99 points.
That being said, that game too, it never, at least in my opinion, it never came off as that was the motivation behind, well, Donkey Kong Country is an interesting example for many things. Oh, that would have come in handy last round. I don't think I get to keep it because I didn't exit.
Okay.
99. Oh man.
That's just aggravating.
You want to play this one? I think it's called Shy Guy on Stilts.
Shy Guy on Stilts.
Yep.
I like Shy Guys. Mr. Yoshi. Bye, Michael.
Oh. Yes, I have a Yoshi next to me.
Okay.
Like, look at that butterfly there in the foreground
So
with
pretty.
the parallax scrolling stuff going on. It's just there.
So cute. And the graphics on it are amazing, and its wings fluttering just looks amazing. Shy Guy on Stilts.
You don't see that artistry even from the latest.
No,
You can use your tongue upward to get him.
What?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yep.
How
This
do
game
I-
has a lot of.
How do I get this guy?
You jump over,
Yeah.
or you can do that.
I just get scared.
You get scared.
Okay, I'm just gonna use the eggs. Since I don't know.
Donkey Kong Country, though, that's something that's really worth discussing because the gameplay is excellent, the music's really good, the visuals they're revolutionary, but they're not going beyond what they can do. Because technically, that game does use sprites still, even though it's based on polygon art.
I'm gonna go up.
It's all reduced into sprites.
Jump on.
And you look at the manual and they're like, look at this revolutionary stuff that we were able to do. And it's interesting because that's not what I think when I think back to Donkey Kong
Michael, I
Country.
figured out how to open doors by myself.
Good job. Yellow eggs create coins. Red eggs create 2 stars. Flashing eggs?
Oh.
Hidden enemy to receive these prizes.
Okay. I will kill all of them.
Oh.
Wait, why? No. Oh, wrong thing. Flashing eggs. No! Baby Mario! Baby Mario! No! Nope, I failed. I failed! Michael?
Fascinating. I'm not really familiar with this guy. Maybe I am, like, maybe I've seen some of his stuff before, I just don't recognize the name, but that's interesting. I'll have to look into that. Fra Angelicos.
Michael, I don't think I'm good at this game.
You don't think you're good at this game?
No.
Give it one more try,
Okay.
and then we'll maybe wrap things up for now. But Yoshi's Island is something we should return to in some form, just to
Maybe
continue this
afternoon.
interesting conversation of what
Maybe this afternoon.
maybe.
Maybe.
We'll have to see.
Maybe at 3 o'clock. Like at 3 o'clock, maybe. Maybe. Maybe.
I think that most classics never have the intention of being a
Let's try
classic.
the stage again. Yes.
If you look at even like I mean, you obviously have an example which relates more to like classical art and you know, some of these really important things. I'm saying to like to art as a whole. But to be more like contemporary, I guess, because my ability to draw comparisons to classical art in a meaningful way is so limited.
Well, I got myself up here.
Even though I did take a few like music appreciation classes, and those had a heavy emphasis on
I'm going
art
down
as well.
this pipe this time.
My what was this? Like Star Wars, I don't think had any intention of being a classic. It just had the intention of making enough money for George Lucas to
Be awesome.
be able to put his idea out there or whatever. Or I don't even think The Wizard of Oz had any intention of being a classic. Did Citizen Kane was its intention to be the greatest film ever? I mean, Orson Welles has kind of a big ego, so maybe. But unfortunately, these are all examples that really do use the innovations of their time to the greatest extent. Those are all wonders for their use of pioneering visual effects, I guess. I'm gonna try and see if I can come up with a comparison to match yours, because I would tend to agree.
Yes, I did it.
But
oh, come on.
My limited knowledge base is showing, I think.
Yeah.
Other than Yoshi's Island, I'm trying to think, because this really is, that's one of its greatest strengths. Is that it's
How do you stick out your... oh, right.
we could just jump into them.
Scary. I'm doing pretty good now, Michael.
It's maybe it's like maybe perhaps like Miyazaki in a way.
Michael, do you think I'm doing better?
Oh, definitely. You're able to make it out of the cave. That's pretty good.
Have you ever went to cave route before?
Yes, I believe you have to.
Oh, the other way doesn't work?
Because Miyazaki, of course, in all the time he's talking about how he didn't want to go into CG, and he's always doing these hand-painted cells and stuff. There's no reason to. There's easier ways to animate what he does, and maybe even make it look as good. But it gives it something authentic and organic
Mini Yoshi.
And beautiful. Maybe it's similar, maybe it's not.
Oh.
I'm just spitballing here.
No.
And, you know, in this game, this too, it just has like the simple joys to it. It seems to just joy in its own, take joy in its own atmosphere and environments, and it's not cynical. Like I feel like a lot of these indie games are.
No.
It's a fun, colorful game, and it doesn't have any problem with that. Just jump into it. No. You want me to take over?
Yes.
Okay.
I want Michael to play for now on.
We'll call this our last level then.
Just one more level after this. I want to see how well you can play.
Oh, you want to see how well I can play it?
Yeah. Yeah, because you're awesome. That's it.
I don't think there's anything wrong with a game just being so full of life and joy.
I like platformers.
Sort of devoid of all realism and.
Michael, I like platformers a lot, but I more like the games where you can be creative and stuff.
Where you can be creative?
Yeah, build your own things.
Like Minecraft.
Yes. Or Spore.
Spore?
Yeah.
So maybe that's just different. That's something that's changed, because I like games where you can make your own stuff too. Of course, I'm thinking of Roller Coaster Tycoon as my main example.
Yes, Roller Coaster Tycoon is awesome too. That's right. I play that game.
But I'm very goal oriented when it comes to games. That's why I like Roller Coaster Tycoon, because even though you can keep on playing, you have a goal that you need to meet. And if you don't meet it, then you lose.
Well, your goal in Minecraft is to defeat the Ender Dragon.
Yeah, but that was only added in because someone along the line said games need to have a goal.
Goal!
So it was tacked on needlessly.
But the Ender Dragon's awesome.
The goal of Minecraft was never to beat the final boss. The goal of Minecraft was to be an open world thing where you can build anything you want and explore and stuff like that.
And capture all the pigs. That's right. The only goal in Minecraft is to capture all the pigs.
Which, of course, that makes that feel kind of cynical. Minecraft as a whole thing feels... Oh, is this touch fuzzy get dizzy? Let me see. I have no idea. If it is, you're gonna have to play the last part of this, Lisa.
Why?
Because if you touch fuzzy, you get dizzy. It's a classic level. It's one of the few parts of games where there's a classic level. I don't think that's really something that happens a lot. And it's not level 1. Because of course the first level of Mario is considered classic.
I'm gonna see how Thompsons do it.
But
I'm just trying to glitch everything a bit.
But Touch Fuzzy Get Dizzy goes down in history as one of the important levels in gaming, I think. One of the great scenes of the Yoshi's Island film, so to speak. Yes. That is a... Oh, yes, this is it, Lisa. Touch Fuzzy, get dizzy.
Wait, so I have to touch fuzzy things?
If you want to get dizzy.
Oh, okay. Rainbows.
Yeah, that's a much better articulated version of what I was trying to
How do I
say.
do this?
In moments like this, in a modern title, this might be one of their big selling points, but this just plops in at level 7 of the first world, completely unannounced. You got crazy psychedelic. I mean, this is.
Stay right here.
I want to get a snapshot of this hung on my wall. Oh, okay. Let's talk about this because I like this, and you're right in many ways. I think. Are you gonna just keep on getting dizzy, or?
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait till I'm not dizzy.
Oh, Lisa, if you just stay there though, you're gonna keep on touching Fuzzy. Keep on getting dizzy. See, I like The Force Awakens, and I definitely noticed the
like
thing.
It too.
If I can, I mean, The Force Awakens has been out now forever. It's out of theaters, so I guess there's really no reason to not talk about certain small spoilers. Some things that I thought that was a real problem with was Finn sits down at the chessboard, or I think it's called I don't know what it's called in Star Wars, but you know, the chessboard from A New Hope, and he turns it on, and oh, the little things come out, or he finds the training ball that Luke uses, and he, tosses it aside or whatever, and that stuff took me out of the movie. I'm like, I get what you're saying, Abrams, Well, he wasn't really saying anything, though.
Michael, I'm not getting dizzy.
You're tired of touching Fuzzy?
Fuzzy is dizzy.
Okay. He wasn't really saying anything with those moments, which is what frustrated me. As a whole, I think The Force Awakens does some stuff that I do appreciate, and I think is good for Star Wars. It had an energy to it, which I absolutely loved. Now, some might argue that energy is forced. It's just there to try and match the energy of the original Star Wars, which was so fast-paced. It's all like a hyper exaggerated version of what Star Wars is. It's, big, fast, and take a look at this stuff that you recognize.
So many fuzzy things.
But the stuff that worked for me worked enough for me to really be sold on it as a whole. And maybe that's not how I should look at it. Maybe my opinion will change in the future. But I'm thinking stuff like with the Han Solo character felt I felt like he went the direction that it's always been building to. I felt like that was an appropriate send-off for him, and that his character was treated appropriately. The humor worked for me mostly, I think, which is something that I liked. It reminded me sort of Guardians of the Galaxy, which is another movie that I enjoyed. See, I'm trying to think of things to say about The Force Awakens, because like what exactly worked and what didn't.
Well,
like I get that the movie people say is a retread of A New Hope, and I wouldn't be surprised if you agreed with this, because it's a very
it's a lot like The New Hope.
A lot of people think this.
I think it actually is, Michael. It's a lot like The New Hope.
It is a lot like A New Hope. I'm not denying that. Now the question is whether or not that makes it bad, or whether or not there's enough new things to redeem it.
I don't think it doesn't make it bad.
Retreads are annoying.
We at least have to do the boss.
Okay. Retreads are annoying in video games. And in movies to an extent.
Oh gosh, those graphics. That looks perfect.
What am I trying to think? Yeah, this is interesting. I like this.
That looks cool. Oh my gosh, perfect graphic. Perfect. I was doing the perfect thing with my fingers. Perfect.
You see, because I might be right. Maybe The Force Awakens does more wrong than I thought, and I sort of was blinded by my love of Star Wars. But there's something about it that felt better to me than the prequels. And like I know the prequels have been, insulted, to death. It's a dead horse. It's a horse that's been dead for a long time.
The horse is dead.
But what was it? There was something about Episode 7 that, well, maybe it's just the fact that it's a new hope again.
Well, basically in Star Wars, it's the same story over again. Right? Well,
that is kind of true. It's interesting that when the Force Awakens, when Empire came out, there was a lot of magazines and so
Michael,
on that.
Bear with me here.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I have something to say.
Okay.
It's about Star Wars. It's the same storyline basically over again, except with different characters and different it's kind of different every time. Like when, in A New Hope, Luke's brought on this quest to balance the Force and defeat the Empire. The prequels. Anakin, he's supposed to balance the Force, defeat the Sith.
I guess, but that's
Episode 7.
You're talking in really broad strokes here. Like the prequels are, I think, very different films than.
Well, they're very different, of course, but they're basically on the same quests.
Okay.
It's basically the same quest. Rey dragged on.
Well, Rey, of course. I mean, everyone's already made that point.
Yes.
That's all the same.
Yeah.
I like the
She
characters.
even lived on
Well,
a
okay,
desert planet.
that is what I'll say. I think the flavors of the characters are different.
The flavor on the characters are different, yes. Very different.
That is entirely true. That I agree with 100%. I don't think The Force Awakens stands alone as its own film.
The Force Awakens is a good film. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, I like it too, but I don't think it stands alone. The references make it weird just on its own. That's something that. Another thing I didn't like about The Force Awakens. This is getting slightly off track, but the Rothars. Oh shoot, I've missed the eggs, or whatever they were called. The weird Han Solo, the thing that Han Solo was transporting. I hated those things. I thought they looked terrible.
They're scary.
They just looked ugly to me. I didn't think they fit. They looked like they belonged in an Abrams Trek movie.
They scared me. That's why the first time I watched it, I closed my eyes.
I'm wondering though if. I mean, Empire is a classic in its own right. Maybe. It kind of has that background information you need though. Well, Empire is good for Star Wars.
One thing
making me.
The prequels. When I first.
I definitely don't think that.
When I first heard the thing, it's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. I'm like, tell that to Darth Maul.
That's true.
He had the high ground. Yeah,
I'm not even sure Jedi would be a classic in its own right, though. Empire and A New Hope might be the only ones which are truly good on their own.
Empire is the best movie ever.
That might be correct. I'm not. The Force Awakens has too many references.
At least I think
this is where I was gonna go earlier, though. I think the flavors of the characters are different in a way that I really appreciate. People say Rey is Luke. I don't think that's the case.
Rey's not Luke.
Luke.
She might be Luke's daughter, though. I mean,
That might be true.
yeah.
I'm thinking like
Slimy guy.
Luke wanted nothing more than to leave Tatooine and go find his destiny, whether that was at the Imperial Academy or wherever.
Or the rebels.
And there was that brief moment where he denies Obi-Wan and says, you know, I gotta stay here and stuff. But he was always, I think, his thing was more about getting off Tatooine than it was staying there. And Rey, I think, is much the opposite.
She wants to stay on Jakku.
Yeah, where she's...
Her parents will come back.
Right, which makes her a little different in that flavor. Or, in that flavor, not wrong. In that way.
Yeah.
Oh, no, don't worry about it. I always appreciate Star Wars conversations. I do like the Star Wars.
And I'd rather
Yeah,
talk about Star
Snoke-
Wars than Mario.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Snoke was weird at first to me. I kind of got used to it.
Oh my gosh, there's so many dumb theories about Snoke.
I
Oh,
100%
cool.
of it.
There's so many dumb theories about Snoke. Like, he's Tarkin. No, he's Palpatine.
I'm thinking,
No, he's Plagueis. Annoying.
yeah.
Wanna
Well,
stay here for
everyone
a couple
in
more
their-
minutes to talk about Star Wars, Michael?
Everyone and their dog's making Star Wars theories just so that they can, get clickbait money.
Michael, let's stay here for a couple more minutes so we can talk more about Star Wars.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, if we're gonna stay here one more minute or whatever, I'm gonna try something real quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna. There's a warp you can do in this level, and we're gonna try and pull it off.
Yeah, we're gonna try to pull it off because I thought Michael would forget, so I said, Michael, let's stay here one more minute.
Oh, so you knew about this?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You told me before we started.
Oh, okay.
You did it! So I was like, one more minute, bro.
So let me see. I'm gonna try and find a video where I can see this.
There's also like this thing where it said, where it was like crazy about Snoke stuff, and I was like, what? There was also a theory where Rey was Kylo Ren's sister. I'm like, and then there was some proof with it. I was like, it could be true. Yes. Thought that would actually be cool because Michael, you know those comics that they made for Star Wars?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it could be true because of stuff.
I should try. I've really been thinking about putting my own 2 cents in about episode 7.
Episode 7's awesome. I'm sorry.
I just don't know which way to look at it because I have so many contradicting feelings about it. In one sense, I watched it twice and I wanted to see it a third time because how to say this? It felt like it was just so happy to be the new Star Wars film. It was there was like a joy to it that I had been missing from a lot of
And Michael made me watch
films.
all of the Star Wars movies before I watched episode 7
Yes.
because he was excited for me to watch episode 7 because it's of my generation time stuffs.
That's right.
He had to go for the prequels.
Trying to see here how to do this. Yeah, I'll try. I have that channel in somewhere, sci-fi videos that I was gonna put together. Then didn't. So
Michael, there was like some proof to why, like in the comics for Star Wars of episode 7, it said that Han Solo and Leia had multiple kids and one of them turned to the dark side.
yeah, I know about that. Okay, let's try
So
this.
it could be true.
I think I have an idea of how this might work.
Come on.
Okay.
Michael's gonna beat it.
I'll try and tackle the Force Awakens maybe.
And I'll help you.
Okay.
So let's let's get back to Yoshi's Island and Mario's.
So this is it. Let's make a save state here. Save game position slot 1. Oh my god, I did it instantly.
Yes!
Wow!
This is why my big brother's awesome.
I just had my mind blown. Tom, did you see that?
Yeah. No, you didn't, because you're not cool.
Look at that! And we warp back to level 1.
Wow.
Wait a second. This raises some interesting and troubling questions. Can you get a better than 100% in Yoshi's Island?
Ooh. Tough question.
Because you would be able to collect all the red coins in this level, and all the flowers in this level too. Ooh. Mysteries? Of course, the stars will always max out at 30.
Yeah. I'm just gonna have Pink Yoshi walk around for a little. No, Pink Yoshi is nosing me. 20 points?
Wonderful. Wow.
Oh. Wow.
Want to try that again? Want to see if we can cheese the score on this?
Yeah. Let's cheat it. Let's cheat it. So we're about to glitch it.
Alright. Anyway, back to the main topic of today, which was episode 7, as I recall. Where was it? So the characters felt different. Finn, people say Finn is a retread of Han Solo. I do not agree with that. I feel like he is...
He's no Han Solo. He doesn't know how to fly a ship.
Wow. That's really easy. It's so easy, in fact, that I'm surprised that I didn't discover that when I was first playing the game, just by accident. All you have to do is you hit down and A at the same time.
Wow.
Or down and B, I guess it'd be.
Michael, I don't think he's more of a Han Solo character. First of all, he's like, eh.
He's like, eh?
He's not as tough as Han Solo.
Oh no, I goofed.
He's not as tough as Han Solo, that's for sure. He shot first, Michael. He shot first. I hope you know that joke.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. What? Shot first?
Michael.
What?
You don't get that.
Huh?
You don't get it. I was talking about Thomas.
What? Oh.
I was talking about Thomas.
I see.
He doesn't get no jokes.
Huh, okay, so... I got enough red coins that I should be able... Oh, shoot. Can I go back up?
His headlight.
No, I can't. Let's load the save state, then.
Load the save state. Load the save state. Load the save state. Load the save state. I'm sorry.
1 second. Let me
I'm crazy.
let me get back on the episode 7 train, because this is important.
Episode 7 train.
A question I ask myself is, do I like that this is now part of the Star Wars story? Like, am I satisfied with this being a follow-up to episode 6? And for me, I think the answer is yes. Because it just joyed me in a way that I really liked. What the heck? What happened there? I did it so well the first time, though. I think there's a lot of rhetoric on both sides. So, for example, something that people say is that episode 7 has a lot of plot holes, and maybe you've heard of some. I can't think of any off the top of my head though. But every time someone says that, people ask, "Okay, what are the plot holes?" And people are like, "Well, I don't really. I can't remember." But there were tons of them everywhere, and they were ruining the film. I don't know if the film has plot holes. Maybe some story things that people didn't agree with.
Or some kind of scenes that made it seem kind of I made it seem really out of spot.
See, I did not encounter that problem. So that's something I'm really interested to know is what the plot holes for the movie are.
I don't get the plot holes. Sucks.
I'm very confused as to how this glitch works after all. It's fascinating that that happens.
Michael, did you know that one of the deleted scenes is actually in the the book for The Force Awakens?
Yeah, I heard about that.
The snow speeder chase one?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw
Isn't there a scene where they're on the Millennium Falcon too?
where Kylo Ren goes into the Millennium Falcon.
Yes.
It says Han Solo.
Oh, jeez.
I remember all of it.
As soon as I wanted to find out an interesting thing about this game, it treats me like this. What is episode 7? What is it? Is it a remake?
I don't think it's a remake.
This is so weird. I don't even understand how this thing works. See, I don't think it's a remake. I think it's a... It borrows a lot of its... Well... Episode 7 gives me a headache. Because on one hand, it felt very fresh. Walking out of the theater, I thought, oh, I haven't experienced something like that for a very long time. That felt new, interesting, and I liked it.
Do you feel the same way about the prequels, Michael?
No, you see, that's something I didn't go into any of the prequel movies wanting to hate them, which is something that a lot of people probably started doing after, say, episode 1. So.
And then after episode 2, they really probably hated it.
Well,
they were probably getting into flowers literally.
I was really excited for episode 3. Granted, I was a lot younger, but that's the weird part. Is that
I was actually excited for when Michael showed me episode 3 because I heard that it was going to be really exciting when I told my friends I was watching Star Wars movies. And they like the prequels, so...
Well, that's the thing, like... I watched episode 3 at, like, the perfect time. You would think, when, like, I was at that perfect toy buying age and everything. And I thought I liked the movie a lot when I walked out of it. But when I walked out of The Force Awakens, I was re-energized with a love of the art of... the craft of filmmaking, I think. Maybe not of the craft of storytelling. Maybe that's where this is going. As a story, The Force Awakens might not work very well at all. But as a lovingly crafted homage to the beauty of what films can show and have people experience, maybe it works in that way. I certainly felt that it had something. Okay. Oh, no! No! I don't know why it did that. I didn't want that to happen.
What? Michael.
This is my last try.
Before we talk about Force Awakens alone.
No, yeah, before we I think before we give it a rest on the Force Awakens chat. And then call this stream a stream. But I think that I loved all the props. I love practical effects. I get that CGI can do, and that's part of the reason why I didn't like the Rothtar too, is because it looked fake and wrong and out of place.
Kind of like CGI Yoda?
Kind of like CGI Yoda, yeah. I was getting sort of flashbacks of that. But where the practical effects were used, even when they were quote-unquote silly, I just loved the physicality of it all. I loved that they were, I mean, obviously, it's not much of a risk when you know that your movie's gonna make metric ton of money, but still, it was cool to see them at least do that. Oh, that's too bad. You see, something I'm worried about stream-wise is if I have the bitrate too high, if that's contributing to it. Because the first time me and Tom tried to stream, maybe it was me and Tom, maybe it was me and Bailey, there was something weird about it. Like, it was super low, we were dropping frames like crazy. And then I upped the bitrate and everything got better. I didn't think it was too high, but I'll have to see. I really don't know. If it is on your end, that's at least good in the sense that we don't really need to change anything over here to get things to work, but still. It'd be nice if everyone could could enjoy the stream in its full quality.
That's sad. Whenever I watch a stream on the Wii U, it crashes sometimes, so...
Yeah, that's something I think Nintendo wasn't really...
Because I like...
Should we get into that? Yeah, that's a conversation that'll take too long. Not right now, then. Just think about Nintendo and their approach to interactive media, and... Well, not interactive media, but...
Whenever I try to watch your guys' streams, Michael, I go on the Wii U gamepad, and I go to the internet browser, search up Twitch, go through all that stuff. Go to your channel and stuff, watch your streams.
Sure.
Which I think are awesome.
Well, thank you. 5 out of 5 flowers.
Are you gonna go back to the...
The question is, did we already get all the flowers that are possible?
I'm not sure, Mikey.
I'm not sure either. Because that'll be what makes this live or die, really, the prospect of a super 100% run or something, is whether or not there's whether or not there is there's a cap to how many flowers you can have.
I'm not sure.
I'm beginning to think that there probably is.
Maybe. But what about red coins?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not able to find the rest of the red coins for some reason. There should be at least 6 more out there. More technically because I got some in the other level. Tom, do you... Oh, maybe... Wait, is it down here? Oh! Maybe I should go down there. Why did I skip that area earlier, I wonder?
I don't know, I saw the coins, I'm like, Michael, you're leaving coins.
Yeah, there's 1 red coin. 15, 16.
About a million.
No, no, come on. Come on. There we go. 17. Okay, here we go. We're gonna learn a lot about this. 19. Okay. Will we be able to get 21 red coins? Stop. Stop.
Oh, come on.
No. My dreams of getting 102% are gone. Hey, but that at least was something. I feel like I did something today.
Hey, Michael, this will be an easier way to get all your flowers and stuff anyway, to get at least your 100%.
You think so?
Yeah.
I guess so, as long as you could warp to this level. And I'm not sure which levels you can do this in. It might be all of them, it might be only a handful. But if you can warp back to level 1, that is going to be a lot easier than having to try and do it from level 5-4 or whatever. Sweet.
Maybe I can play one more level. I want
You want to give one? Okay.
one more shot.
Okay, last shot. We should do. You know what? Hey Tom, you want to come over to stream territory real quick?
Hey, maybe we're doing that one tree because we're having so much fun.
Maybe.
Maybes.
Tom, could you come into stream territory just a moment?
Hey, Tommy.
Hey everybody, it's Tom.
Yeah, it's me.
So this is what I was thinking, Tom. Force Awakens, right?
Yes.
It's an interesting topic.
Yeah.
It's a controversial topic. It's one I'd like to continue talking about.
Yeah.
Yoshi's Island is not the venue for it, I don't think.
Okay.
We should do some Star Wars streams. What do you say?
Okay.
Okay, I'm thinking Super Return of the Jedi, maybe.
Okay.
Some Super Star Wars, some of that weird Famicom Star Wars game.
Yeah.
And maybe Shadows of the Empire.
Yes, Shadows of the Empire.
Maybe. We'll have to see.
Star Wars.
Alright, play one more level, Lisa.
Okay.
Show everyone the skills that you've honed.
Because I've watched my big brother play. Okay. Gonna do it.
Alright, here we go.
Okay.
The Baseball Boys.
Okay.
Wow, those mountains. I think I actually used these mountains for the background of the site for a while. Because I really like them.
How do I get up there?
I like all the visuals in this game, though. Try and hit that question mark cloud. Yeah, okay, we're definitely doing Star Wars streams then. I'm... That's one of the weird things, is that Star Wars games, you know, generally speaking, are actually pretty good. Jedi Knights, one that I like a lot, that I was never particularly good at. Of course, Shadows of the Empire was one that I grew up with, so there's that. And then the Super Star Wars games. So there's a lot to choose from. There's a whole boatload of Star Wars games. We could play Star Wars Jar Jar's Journey, the classic PC title.
Oh, you are.
Oh, you can do it, Lisa. Lisa, you still got a chance. Oh.
I was trying to press Y, but I was pressing X or something.
You want to give it one more try?
Maybe.
Final try.
Then Michael can take over. Again.
Are you trying to do a 16-star run of Mario 64, Tom?
Let's see.
We should try and do some like crappy speed runs too. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
What about a Shadows of the Empire speedrun?
That would be interesting.
Help me. Oh, that works pretty well.
Yeah, that works pretty well. If you hit that green thing, you get eggs.
Oh.
So, Lisa, how's your opinion of Yoshi's Island changed from the beginning to the end?
I think it's pretty good now.
I think it's pretty good now. That can be that's the tagline that Yoshi's Island went to market with. Yoshi's Market. Yoshi's Market would be a very different game, but one that I would love to see Nintendo make. Perhaps Yoshi needs to eat the entire stock of a supermarket. These are the ideas that I come up with.
Hey Michael, for what we've seen so far of the graphics,
Mm-hmm.
I hope that nobody takes us over offense, but when this
Oh, no.
came down,
Oh no!
when this came down, it kind of was, the graphics were like,
Oh, you didn't like how it looks stilted?
it went down, like, from what we've seen, it could have gone from like,
You mean like straight down?
yeah.
Interesting. You see, that's something that didn't even faze me. Like, it looks right to me because I'm used to this style. I'm used to how the graphics look, but
But how it went ahead and did it, when you look at all the other stuff from this game that would look pretty good.
so you're saying that given what I've seen of the game before, they should have done better. Okay, why don't you move to the left? Because that guy's gonna try and shoot you.
Nope. Why am I still?
The little dude guys are coming for you, Lisa. See?
I know, but how do I get the A out of this thing?
You can press down if you want to stop trying to throw an egg.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I guess they could have done better. I don't know. To me, it looks right. I'm used to that sort of weird, those weird aesthetic choices, though. Alright. Well, it was a good try anyway.
Yeah. At least
and that concludes another first time playing stream.
Yeah, we might do another. This is a might do another stream in the afternoon. We're not sure yet.
Lisa's making.
We might. I said might, Michael.
Making schedules now. Yeah. So she really didn't play much, but I played Yoshi's Island, and it's still a good game. And we talked about Star Wars, which is always good. So join us later for something probably. So Mario 64 or something else. See you guys then. Bye.